Hey, come here, Hogan. Come here. Come here real quick, Hogan. Cause I got a question, and I want to ask you, Hogan, personally, my nigga. And you might not even have the motherfucking answers, Hogan. But who do we fucking talk to about this unemployment situation? Now, me personally, I just want to say, great job. You know, you've been doing what you need to do as a governor. You know, you've been holding it down, and you've been, you know, keeping your word on some shit, right? Right. So, here's my thing. What about the families who depending solely upon the extra $600 a week? Okay? The one who want to go back to work, you know, probably tired of sitting in the house, but really can't afford to go back to work because, one, daycare facilities aren't at full capacity. Neither is any business in Maryland at full capacity. Two, what about the ones who family take care of other family members, meaning like they have a disability or something like that, and they really can't go back to work because, two, nursing homes aren't at full capacity. Even though you may have some family members who were already there, I don't know if they're accepting any new patients at this time, given the pandemic, unless it was maybe serious or they had to be quarantined. Okay, I have questions. So, number three. What about these schools, Hogan? I'm not sending my son back to school wearing a mask for 8 hours. I'm not sending my son back to school to try to be distanced when you have other children who have learning disabilities who need to be close to somebody else and need interaction. There are some things that's just not clear to me, and I want y'all to understand how I feel about this. How in the blue blazing hell is social distancing going to work in an elementary school? We ain't talking about middle and high school. I'm talking about elementary school kids only. How is that supposed to work? My son can't even keep his mask on for the 2 to 3 hours that we be outside, and going to different places, let alone sit in a building with a mask on and trying to learn. It's just not, hey Troy, it's just not making sense to me. It's not making sense. It's not you personally, but it's some people above you want to get, schools back started. That's not making sense, because you know what they're doing? If you can send in children to school, there shouldn't be no reason why you can't take your black ass, white ass, Hispanic ass, Asian ass to work. Y'all better pay attention. Do not send them babies back to school. There are children that have died from this virus all fucking ready. Do not send your children back to school. There is no vaccine yet. Me personally, I don't believe in the vaccines that they come up with, the new ones. I don't trust it unless it comes from my own reliable source who works specifically in that industry. I'm not saying she the end all, the be all, but I do trust her judgment. Now, with that being said, I will never, ever again get the flu shot. If I have to work in a building, a facility where I have to get it, I guess I won't work there. You can test me for everything else. You can give me a strep test for my throat to see if I got strep throat. You can give me a test to see if I got HIV and AIDS. All them other tests, I'm fine with that. But you won't vaccinate this one right here. Nick is updated on his shots. He has not had the flu shot. I think I had it one time with him. He had an allergic reaction, and that was a wrap. So, no. We ain't playing the vaccination game. I'm not. I'm not doing it. You want to go out there and be a test dummy for this bullshit? Go right ahead. But let me remind you of the Tuskegee Airmen who got, the little syphilis going on with them, and they lied and said they was going to give them a vaccine to get rid of it, and it didn't. Y'all better do y'all fucking research. A lot of y'all be sleeping and slipping and gonna fuck around and gonna jump on board with this. That's up to you. I'm not fucking doing it. That's all I want to talk to Hogan about. Because we got some things that need to be cleared up. Now, I don't know who gonna fight for us at this point. But there are families, like I be watching, like, oh, yeah, some people may have been saving and some people just couldn't save. Some people had to spend the money they got from unemployment because their bills were so far behind. And some people are probably just getting out the hole, if that makes sense. They're probably just seeing themselves above water, and now you're telling them that you're going to cut the extra $600. Honestly, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it should be revisited, and I think it should be implemented past July 31st. But, things happen in mysterious ways. Things, work out for the better because we didn't know that children weren't going to be in school since March. So you look at it, April, May, June. They've been out of school for 3 months. And now it's looking like there will be no, like, I'm not doing no AB days. I'm not doing this. He go to school Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he home learning. We're not doing that bullshit, because children do not pay attention that long. And if you got families who have more than one child, it's going to be hard, because if they're not on the same grade, they each got to learn at different levels, and each child learns differently. Because, like, I'm a visual person myself. I like to see it, and then I can do it. I like to read it, and then I can do it. Like, I'm not one of them listen to directions and then do it. I'm one of them, let me see you do it, and then I can do it. So you got to put that into consideration. Also, what are the benefits of staying home? We ain't heard nothing about y'all handing out medical cards for people who lost insurance from their job. We ain't hear y'all say nothing about, oh, go in and apply for this medical assistance, we can go ahead and give it to you. You have not. You have not said anything about that. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, it's some questions that I got for Hogan. Somebody could tag Hogan in this. I need to know, Hogan, what's up? Because if it wasn't for the fact that I was already on medical assistance, I wouldn't have health insurance. What job? When you lose your job, you lose your health insurance. Unless you're going to pay for Cobra, and Cobra is higher coming out of pocket when you don't work than it is for you to be at work and getting insurance. And a lot of these companies don't offer health care that's affordable for their employees. The benefit of staying home is greater. I would rather stay home. And then you got people like me. I would rather stay home and work, stay home. So now what? Got questions?